Okay, in this lesson we will be talking about factoring the sum and the difference of cubes. So we have to recognize two formulas. So we have the sum of cubes, which basically means I'm taking some term, okay, so this guy I'm taking something to the third power and something else to the third power. And what I have to do is break that down and solve for each A and B term. And then I use this formula to do my factoring. The difference of cubes is literally the same thing, except it's some group to the third power minus another group to the third power. So the sum means adding here, and the difference means subtracting there. So to do this, we're going to go and do this by example. So I want to factor 27x to the third plus 125. Basically what I want to do is I want to take each group and I want to solve for my a and my b value. Remember, if I'm doing my sum of cubes, this is a to the third plus b to the third. So that means that I'm going to take this 27x to the third and figure out what my a value is, and I'm going to take 125 and figure out what my b value is. So here's what I do. I'm going to say that my a to the third is equal to 27x to the third, and my b to the third is equal to 125. Now, you can do this one of two ways. I just like to ask myself, for my numbers, what number multiplied by itself 3 times, that's what this 3 means, equals 27. So we don't use ones, but we start with 2. So 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8. So that's not it. Try 3s. 3 times 3 is 9, times 3 is 27. Okay? So that's 3. And x multiplied by itself, how many times is equal to x to the third? X. So this is saying that if I were to do 3x times 3x times 3x gives me 27x to the third. Okay? So that means that my a value is going to equal 3x. Okay? Now I have to figure out what my b value is. So my b value, again, I'm going to just continue with this and figure out what number multiplies by itself 3 times that equals 125. So we know it's not 2. We just figured out 3. Let's do 4. So 4 times 4 is 16, and 16 times 4 is 64. That's not it. Let's try 5. 5 times 5 is 25, times 5 is 125. So that means that my b value is equal to 5. Okay? That's a weird looking b. Let me try that again. So my b value is equal to 5. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up what I like to call a skeleton. Okay? So my problem looks like a plus b times a squared minus a times b plus b squared. And I'm going to fill in my blanks, and I'm going to do this with my, let me just make sure that these are the same color, sorry. I want orange. Okay, so my a's go here. So a gives me a, and this is an a. My b values are this guy, they go here. B, B, B. So I fill it all in. Okay, so I end up with my a value. Wherever I have an a, I'm going to write 3x. So this becomes 3x. This is a group 3x. This is a group 3x. Okay, and then I have my b value, which is 5. 5, 5, 5. And this is a group. So I'm squaring the whole thing. Oh, hold on, let me move this problem out of the way. Okay, so now I just want to multiply out my group that I have. So 3x plus 5, that doesn't change. That stays the same. Okay, now I have to square my group, 3x squared. So that means I have to square each part of my terms. So 3 squared is 9, and x squared is x squared, and x. Okay, minus 3x times 5. I multiply my numbers together. This gives me 15x. and then I square my last term. 5 squared is 25. So this whole thing right here is my final answer. Okay, let's do another one. So this one is now we're going to deal with difference of cubes. So let's go ahead and we can write out our skeleton to begin with. So we got, let's pick my colors again. So we had orange. So this one was my orange guy, and this one was my red guy. Okay, so we got this, this, and this. And this was a group. Okay, and I'm going to fill in my colors. So my colors go orange, orange, orange. And here's my red, red, red. Now I just have to look at this and I have to find my A value and my B value, and then I can plug it in my skeleton. So if a to the third power is equal to 8x to the third, and b to the third power is equal to y to the third. Okay, so I'm going to ask myself, what number multiplies by itself 3 times to give me 8? 2 times 2 is 4 times 2 is 8. And x multiplied by itself 3 times gives me x to the third. So my a value is equal to 2x. Now my b value, what multiplies by itself 3 times to give me y to the third? Just y. Because y times y times y is equal to y to the third. So if I go back here, I can say, all right, wherever I have an a, I'm going to write a 2x. And wherever I have a b, I'm going to write a y. So let's fill in my skeleton. This becomes 2x. This is 2x. This is 2x. Let's fill in my skeleton. This is a y, and a y, and a y. Okay, so what do I end up with? 2x minus y. I don't have to simplify that at all. I do have to square this. 2x squared. So I square each thing on the inside. So 2 squared is 4, and x to the second power is x squared. I'm going to multiply these together is just 2xy. And my last part, my y squared, is just y squared. So this right here is my final answer.